It is that time of year again for businesses, and you can almost hear it. And no, not Mariah Carey, like a moment ago, but you can hear all those business owners, your prospects saying, hey, let's reconvene in Q1 when 2026, or I'm on vacation with the family and the kids. Can we reconvene later in December, etc.? And a lot of business owners, and maybe this is you, this is definitely me last year, where we mistakenly say, if they aren't going to take business, then I probably shouldn't take business, or I shouldn't reach out to them. Maybe I should also coast going into 2026, when that is an absolute myth. And today I'm going to be sharing with you why business owners like you and I, who are looking for other business owners as clients, we should not slow down during the holidays going into Q1 2026 as I'm making this video. So ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and share my screen. Again, why business owners should not slow down during the holidays in 2021. Okay, really quick. Number one is that decision makers have breathing room to plan and think. Okay, and I'm gonna put this all together practically in this video, why that matters a lot. But number two, most ads and outreach volume drops, meaning your competitors are also thinking the typical common thought that, hey, if they aren't partnering, maybe I should slow down sales. Maybe I should practically decrease my ad spend, stop doing a lot of connections on LinkedIn, sending emails, because they're not going to respond back. They're not going to partner anyways. Number three is momentum beats resets. Okay, basically, when you stop doing outreach, let me share this. This is also from a book called Fanatical Prospecting. Jeb Blunt, he shares how there's something called the 90-day, right? The effort and outreach you do, whether it be paid ads, in-person events, or LinkedIn in this case, what I share and how I get appointments, it basically has an effect on your sales in 90 days. Because sure, they might not partner right now. Right now, for example, is October going into November, but in January 2026, that is where they will make the decision, because you stay top of mind. That is the key phrase right there, staying top of mind. Okay, so when you have that momentum, you have prospects in your pipeline ready to go for January anyways, and possibly even December, better than waiting and resetting on January. Now, Q1 goals are set now, not later. And that's something that a lot of business owners actually keep in the back of their heads. They are planning, which means they are putting you in their plan, right? If you create the conversations with them. And lastly, number five is it's relationship season, not just a sales season. Sure, depending on the industry you're going after, depending on the market you're going after, if it's cyclical or not, that will depend on the industry. However, this is where you still want to build relationships. And I'm going to talk about practically how we can do that through marketing. Okay. That is why you better not slow down during business. If anything, while people stop swimming, this is where you should go swimming. And kind of like what Warren Buffett said in investing, when people are greedy, that's when you should sell. When people are stop selling, that's when you need to be greedy. When people zig, you zag. So here's how to stay top of mind. Basically, there's going to be what we call the 3 C's here, 3 frameworks. So number one is the visibility, and in other words, connect. The second is building authority, contribute to your prospects. It's building momentum, or in other words, convert. So we're going to break it down step by step here. So number one is connect with people. Stay present with your ideal client profiles and staying top of mind via social media. That means adding new relevant connections weekly, right? Don't slow down. You have 200 connections per week. You have 150 emails to send in November, in January, or in December and January. So don't stop using those, right? And then also staying engaged with your prospects, right? Comment on their posts. Don't be by the way, nice job, bot, nice post, or I swear if I see someone say, love this, I'm going to freak out. And I used to be that guy, but I realized how many people do that. Also using polls, short videos, share predictions, updates that are happening during the holidays as quick engagement. People like it when they see someone who is not just sharing good old teaching lessons, but rather up-to-date actual stuff, whether it be like AI tools to use in the product or in your service, in your system, or anything that happens in their market. Now, again, like I said, maximize those 200 connections, those 150 emails when you get Sales Navigator. And all you really need, especially if you're a small to medium-sized business, is just Sales Navigator Core, unless you have a sales team. And then also leverage open emails, right? People who have premium and they allow you to message them, don't take that for granted. That little stuff like that gets a lot of more meetings on your plate. So I want to show you again how you can use this through Sales Navigator, because that's what we use here is LinkedIn. So basically just generate a list here. I already have one pre-built. Let me go to save list, and I can go to like business coaches right here, and you can see I have saved 731 people right here. Then what I'm going to do on Sales Navigator is go to them. So let me go ahead and pull up the lead list. So this is a fractional CFO lead list right here, and I can easily just ask ChatGPT. If you haven't seen my other video, I'll link it down below from this video. Definitely get ChatGPT Atlas. Watch this. I'm going to basically just ask ChatGPT Atlas, which is a sidebar here, to look at my screen on Sales Navigator and say, personalize comments for each lead on Sales Navigator, like Nigel, Terry, Stas, and others. The spammy words or phrases. And what ChatGPT Atlas is going to do is actually look at my screen like it's looking over my shoulder and make a post. So I can definitely take this one right here and go to Nigel's post. I think I already made a post. So yeah, like I said, her review is spot on, but if I can quickly grab this, and this might sound sleazy and very weird, but without reading the entire post of this, right? And then I can go to the next person, Terry. I can grab this. And a little side note, I would take out the dashes because dashes are very uncommon. So let me see, is this Terry's? So I would grab this right here, the comment, and you can see I already dropped it here. Got 2 impressions. The reason why we want to do this is because, again, we are trying to stay top of mind. So one way you're going to do that is by engaging with your prospects and connecting with them, and also sending them a connection request message. And once they connect with you, start a conversation and see where they're at. I have a whole video on an actual DM outreach script. You can check that out. I'll also link that down below so that you can engage with people, okay? Once we have connected with people, we're maximizing that on LinkedIn and staying top of mind by also engaging with their posts and what they're sharing on LinkedIn. Now let's also reciprocate and contribute to them. This is where we become an authority. In other words, a thought leader, which I'll talk about in a second. But be the signal, as I like to say, be the signal, not the noise. So share your own insights, your own results, or lessons that make people think. This is what it means to be a thought leader. And I'll share really fast. Some of the best posts I've made isn't not just necessarily value that they've been regurgitated or heard already on a YouTube video, etc., or not necessarily authority where I'm sharing case studies, but rather being a thought leader. And practically how you do that is by sharing a different opinion on something. Where most people think this is right, this is actually a better and most effective way. While most people use this is how most people are getting ahead of the curve. And that's where practically you could use authority as an example of showing this. But in a sense, you want to make it a contrarian type of copy, right? And how you say in your post. Instead of like here's how you can be different, it's saying, hey, instead of being like everyone else, this is how you can get ahead of your competition. It gets much more engagement, trust me. So what you can do is simply go here. I'll actually show you. I do this myself, and it's gotten me a lot more engagement for the last few posts I made. Basically, you can just go here, create a post. I'm going to ask ChatGPT again. I'm going to say, make me a content piece for my client avatar about marketing common myths people should not follow anymore. So now it's going to make me a post really quick here. My industries are right here: fractional CFO, business consultants and agencies. It actually took all the myths, just one myth as the content piece, and dive into it. So let's just rewrite it. So you need to post every day to stay relevant. Let me be real with you. This one is one of the biggest lies floating around LinkedIn right now. It doesn't make you relevant. It makes you forgettable faster. So that's a lot of what it's going to perk people's ears, because it's different than what people say. It's different than what they hear. When you post every day just to stay top of mind, you end up saying a whole lot of nothing. You're training your audience to scroll past your name, not stop on it. Here's the truth. Relevance isn't built through volume, it's built resonance. It's not how often you show up, it's what happens when you do. The creators who win aren't the ones flooding the feed. They're the ones creating moments that make people feel something. So no, you don't need to post 7 times a week. You need to post when you have something worth remembering. Stop beating the algorithm. Stop feeding your audience. That's my little signage there. You can take it if you want. But essentially, that is a good piece. Actually, I read that because that's something actually I did not know in a sense too. That is a really good piece right there. And let me go ahead and just grab it here and paste it. Now, really fast, I'm going to take out these dashes. Okay, and I already made a post today, so I'm not going to go crazy here, which is ironic because I just make posts every day then. I'm going to schedule it for Monday. There's no real good time to post, really. Obviously, put in post schedule. Boom. And you can see how fast I am using ChatGPT Atlas to make a post for me. And because I've been using it, I've been getting actually a lot of engagement, which is funny because the last post I made is the video I'm making right now about making sure you don't slow down. Anyways, so let's continue here. So make posts, that's contrary, right? Share and again, create joint posts with people, peers in your industry. That really helps so that they can see that you are also not disassociated from the industry, but you are actually associated with people that they potentially are mutually connected with too. So again, collaborate with people as well and not just post on your own. It's actually something I'm personally working on too. It's great. So the last thing is convert. So we're creating connections. We're maxing out the volume on LinkedIn. We're also posting and contributing, using content to stay top of mind, to be a thought leader, and to influence people. And also, again, when people during the holiday season are thinking about what they should do, they're seeing you on LinkedIn, sharing great insights, great thoughts. And that leads them to think, okay, maybe I should trust this person. Maybe I should connect with this person. That leads to step 3, which is the momentum part, convert. So make it easy to start the conversations. So follow with them personally. Send them voice notes, emails if you have them collected. Offer a low pressure invite. Another line, you can want to plan out your 2026 strategy together. That's what I've been doing recently with business owners, agency owners, etc., helping them understand what the market's taking going into 2026, and they are running with it. Soon they're going to want me to implement it for them anyways. Then the third thing is, again, run retargeting ads. This is an advanced tip that I like to share, but run retargeting ads where it's only $10, $15 a day to a prospective list. So if it's 500 to 5,000 emails, go ahead and hit them up over LinkedIn or over Facebook, where they're going to see you on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. And basically, again, follow my script if you have not seen that already. Again, it's linked down below, where it's a casual conversational open liners to see if they're looking for more clients, if they're looking for more help financially, whatever your service is for businesses. That way, again, we are coming with value. We're not just salesy and pitchy, but rather leading with a thought to say, hey, potentially I can help you. Because once you have those phone calls, even if they say that they're not looking to partner right now, you've just planted the seed officially. And very soon they're going to come back to you to say, hey, I know it's Christmas, but let's talk after Christmas. I'd love to plan so that next week we can go into 2026 strong because you showed me that you can help me. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly how you can leverage the holiday season to get more appointments. Do not slow down. If anything, start increasing the volume, start not maximizing a post, as you saw in my recent post I just scheduled, but sharing insights, sharing value with your clients that they actually want to hear. Trust me, if it's not something that you will read, what makes you think that other people read it? Let's just be real. And then the third thing is to convert. So capitalize and execute on those connections you've made where people either engage with you or you just simply open a conversation and they accepted your connection request. Okay. So stay top of mind, guys, especially while the Mariah Carey song start jingling in the grocery outlets now. More people want to block that out and they want to think about business, which they'll start thinking about you. So hopefully this helps. If you got questions, drop it in the comments. If you found this valuable, you know what to do. All right, I'll see you guys around.